How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. How to get my phone plugged in? Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right, Diamond backhand was first. All right, I see you. What's up, Lee? Hey, what's up, Mohammed? John D, what is up? Can you guys speak on the AMC insider selling? So far, I've seen about 6 direct. I understand, that they may not understand totally what's going on. They see that they're up, however many hundred of percent. And they're like, you know what? It's time. I'm going to go ahead and cash these in or cash it a little bit in and just kind of go from there. They're not really waiting on a squeeze. And I'm sure Adam Aaron has, probably, I wouldn't be surprised is what I'll say. If Adam Aaron kind of said, don't rely on a squeeze to get us out of this, don't rely on some kind of short squeeze to get us out of our business, rut, where we have to work hard and blah, 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 his inspirational speech or what have you. So I'm sure he, possibly even encouraged them to get rid of their shares or whatever happened. And he probably didn't encourage them to get rid of their shares, but I'm sure they just wanted to sell out and make a little bit of a profit, right? And I'm sure it's been a rough year for them, rough year and a half with what's been going on. So, I think it's okay. Obviously it's not the greatest thing. It's not my favorite news in the world, but hopefully those shares, well, I'll say this. I do believe that those shares will be now purchased by apes, right? And so the true diamond hands will now hold those shares. And I think it's okay. I think it's okay. 10,000 shares realistically in the scheme of things, I mean, it isn't really too crazy. Obviously they're selling. Today was lesser volume, even more so. We've had lesser volume ever since we had our huge run up the from 15 all the way to 70 even 12 to 70. I mean, we had a crazy run up. And just been going down recently, which is okay, understandable. So now, today's volume, 149 million, was probably the lowest so far. But even then, I mean, I think it's okay, right? I think those are getting scooped up by apes. Let's say, there were only 6 of them. 6 times 10,000 is 60,000 shares. That's not even, I don't even know what percentage that is here, but that's really not significant at all. So I'm really not too worried about it. And that's how I feel about it. Diane, what is up? Welcome to the mod squad. Dog, Corey, your thoughts on every stock that makes a good move are calling them meme stocks and good evening all. Dog, that's why I don't like meme stocks, right? It's such an umbrella of things that doesn't make sense, right? And actually, so I talk about BlackBerry often, and so one of my bosses at my job, he's been in BlackBerry for literally years, like years and years and years, and he's always believed in it, right? And BlackBerry, I truly do not feel like BlackBerry is a meme stock. And actually, they were watching the stream and they were talking about. They said, Corey, you said something about BlackBerry, and I don't know, you talked about us, and I was like, yes, I talk about you guys all the time. It's just so funny, but I think that the reason I don't like to call them meme stocks, I feel like they're meme stocks. I feel like is a what is the word I'm looking for? Okay, I can't think of the word that I'm thinking of, but it's basically an umbrella. Instead of saying a euphemism, no, I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. But anyways, it's basically, instead of saying, yeah, it's a euphemism. Yeah. So I feel like meme stocks is a euphemism for heavily shorted stocks, right? Heavily shorted stocks are the meme stocks, right? Even, Clove, and we'll talk about Clove in a little bit. Actually, I need to get that stuff pulled up, but man, it was wild. It was a wild ride today. A lot of traffic, and then the train was coming and the things weren't going down, so everybody started honking. It just so happened, everyone started honking, just so happens as I was in the middle of the train tracks, and luckily the train was super far away, but they noticed that the things weren't going down, the rails, and so everyone just started honking right when I was in the middle, so I started freaking out. Obviously I didn't stop or anything, but I'm just driving and I'm like panicked, straight up panicked. Thank you. My fiance just texted me. The word you're looking for is generalization. I'm not sure if that's really the word I was looking for, but I appreciate you watching, my fiance. So, yeah, that's what I feel like. I'm really, I'm so over these people calling them meme stops. They're not meme stops. You tell, like, these are, just because the apes are behind it doesn't make them memes. Like, we are retail investors who have caught the hedge funds with their hand in the cookie jar, right? We've put the hurt on the man. So I'm just over it. Hey, what's up? Nah. You know, a lot of passion. Oops, wrong button. Frank, what is up? Raquel, so hello. LC, apes. Table, hello. Eric, Corey, how are you doing? Doing great, thank you. All I have to say today is naked shorts confirmed. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh. So much to talk about. Let me make sure I'm writing these down. So let's talk about what was the other thing I was going to talk about? So we'll talk about naked shorts. And I'll put EME. I tweeted about this. If you follow me on Twitter, then you already saw it. I was also going to talk about naked shorts and I can't remember what, but we'll see. What's up, Hamza? AMC isn't tanking. Yeah, I don't think AMC's tanking. Oh, Tim said that. Tim, I don't think AMC's tanking, okay? It is, sure. Did it retrace? Let's talk about AMC a little bit today. Talk a little bit about GameStop, yada, yada, and we'll continue. Okay, so look at AMC. So AMC was down 10% on the day, right? 10% on the day, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. We are still, in my opinion, in this consolidation phase, right? We are still consolidating in this little area. And, you know, we did kind of break out of this level of, actually, I wonder if I can scoot this and be happy with it. You know what? I can respect this. It looks like we're still in this, like I said, consolidation. Even then, I do want to make it kind of clear. It looks like we are setting higher lows, right? We're bouncing. Today was the first day that we had the well, if you were in the stream yesterday, you saw we had someone had posted a chart about setting higher lows. So each day, the low has been higher, and so I think we broke that today, but that's okay. But look at this. We are still setting low. This is a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. We're still setting higher lows, right? And that's okay. We're getting closer in the squeeze down. I'm curious. Let me see if I can scoot this out safely so we can get this in here a little neater. And yeah, so we're looking here. I have this for green because if we break out of this little wedge with a large green candle, then or wide range green candle, right? Then I think it'll be bullish. Right now, we're teetering on the bearish side of things, but even then, I do think we have levels of support. It's a little bit lower than I'd hope, in the high 30s, but even then, we do have levels of support over here at 40. So I would probably give it, maybe 41. I'll call it 41, sure. We do have these levels of support here, so hopefully we would at the very least respect these levels of support and break through, right? Down in the after hours, even a little bit more at down 3.87%. We're currently at 47.43. We do have about 35 minutes or something? No, 45 minutes. Math is hard. About 45 minutes until the market is closed for the day. And we'll just continue to monitor it, see where it goes. It can still bounce, right? It could still go to 0 or plus whatever. And so we'll just continue to monitor and see which way it goes. Here's the deal. This could continue. This could keep going. I hope it doesn't, but this could keep dropping. And I think it would still respect 42, 40, around this 42, 41, around this area where we have these other levels of where it bounces, right? It's already bounced a few times. And it looks like we did break through, and this is what we were looking for, right? And this is exactly what we're looking for whenever I do these kinds of levels of support and resistance. So right here, we talked about this yesterday, that we were, respecting, we were in this little, I don't know what I would call it, little trading zone of between 53 and it was 56 yesterday, right here. So we were in this little zone and we broke through, as we can see, what we typically don't like to see, I suppose, but is a pretty good indication of what's going to happen. We broke through bearishly and it kind of continued that trend, but it still respected this level of support. So, you know, it's pretty cool. It's always, I don't want to say fun, but it's interesting to see whenever the technical analysis works out. And it may not be exactly what you want to see, but at least you can have some kind of strategy, some kind of something that you can see, right? Randall, thank you for the super chat. Randall says, my question is it possible people holding stocks don't actually own the stock if the brokerage didn't find the shares to deliver, like Robinhood, Webull, etc.? So is it possible people holding stocks don't actually own the stock if the brokerage didn't find the shares to deliver? Yes. So it's very, very possible, right? That's a great point. So yes, and it is actually theorized that a lot of apes are holding counterfeit shares. Now, what does this mean? This doesn't mean that one day you're going to wake up and your shares are all missing, right? What it means is these hedge funds who have these shares, like whoever created the naked short or whatever happened, that it's kind of, it's hard to think about it, but think about it like it's on their books, right? They're the ones who are going to have to make up for the shares. They're the one who are going to have to buy back the shares. But theoretically, in a short squeeze situation, which we're in, I believe that we're in this case, what happens is this is a good thing, because theoretically, let's say all of the apes own the float, right? Let's say there are, there's 500 million shares, right? Or free float. Yeah, we'll call it 500 million. And let's say there are, and the number I keep seeing is 2.5 billion or 3 billion shares, right? So theoretically, they're going to have to buy back all of these shares several times, right? They're gonna have to buy back the float, 5 times or whatever. And that makes for a very, 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 very good short squeeze, because imagine this influx of cash, because they're gonna have to buy it back and kind of make that share basically like disappear, right? So they're gonna have to make it disappear essentially, because they're gonna have to buy the share and there's not going to be an actual share for them to grab. It's kind of weird to think about, but just the easy way to think about it is, and I don't know if this is like technically right, but just think about it as they're going to have to buy this share, and they're not going to get a share. So that number, that one share is going to be deleted. The money is going to go into the stock, and so that's one share. Now they're going to have to do that, potentially a bunch of times, right? And this is why they say if the apes don't sell their shares, then let's say the apes hold, let's call it 2 billion shares, right? Then they're going to have to shake some apes from their positions. And the only way to shake an ape from their position is because they have to, the only way to shake an ape from their position is to give them a price, give them the right price. Okay. And for you, maybe your price is $100,000. Maybe your price is $500,000. Maybe your price is $1,000. If your price is that, then they're going to have to say, well, look, they won't have a choice, right? It's not going to say, well, I'm not going to give you $1,000. It's going to be like, okay, well, Joe over here is willing to take, $200 for their share. So I'm going to sell it to them first. Let's see how many shares they have. And they'll sell it to all those paper hands or whoever they are at the time. And, obviously there's going to be people selling here. This person's trying to get out at $47.50. I can't believe it. Not me. And that's basically what's going to happen, right? And this is where we get into the whole, is 100,000, is 10,000, is 1,000, is 500 possible, right? This is where all of that comes from, because people don't fully understand that. They don't understand that concept. And I understand it's a tricky concept. It almost sounds too good to be true. It really doesn't make any, it's like, is this really possible? Is this really a thing? And if you look at the DD, if you understand kind of how it works, then theoretically, yes, right? It's wild. So hopefully that helps you. But long story, very long. It's not gonna. I don't think it's not gonna mess you up, right? They can't just take your shares and just say, "All right, see you later." Unless you're in Robinhood. I hear weird stories about Robinhood, and those stories sound too crazy to be true. But Robinhood, who knows what they're doing, honestly. Tuan, Thank you for the super chat. Oh gosh, where'd it go? Return shares haven't been shorted at Ortex. Okay, so I think this is what Ortex tweeted. Return shares haven't been shorted. Well, there you go. Actually, speaking of Ortex, let's get these pulled up here. Let's see. Sip. Sometimes I feel like my fiance is like watching the stream and I can't tell if she's, you know, you never know. She could be watching it and just like cringing, like, what's wrong with this guy? Maybe she's watching it in awe, like, wow, this guy's cool. Or maybe she's watching it like packing up her stuff, ready to leave. All right, let's get good old AMC pulled up. Okay, so let's talk about these numbers a little bit. And I don't know, I feel like I'm going to slow down on Ortex just a little bit because I don't want people to get nervous or feel uncomfortable or not, you know, there's something in here that they don't want to see, right? And I'll kind of break that down a little bit. Stacy, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. But the only reason why is because these numbers, keep in mind, this is 85% of the exchanges up here, and down here is about 60% of the shared data, right? And once again, I'll say this every single time I pull this up, the hedge funds know that we're looking at Ortex. They knew we were looking at Fintel. They know we're looking at Ortex. They know exactly what's going on. On top of that, these guys have decades and decades and decades of experience on what is going on, right? And so things to keep in mind. And with that being said, you know, I just want people to be aware that these numbers may not be actually indicative. Remember, this isn't the naked shorting. This isn't the naked shorting numbers. These are just reported data, right? So from my understanding, this does not include naked shorting or the naked positions. Okay. So these numbers could be much higher, and they are theorized to be much higher, right? Like this short interest that's been going down, it's theorized that it's much higher. I can't remember the exact percentage. I don't want to say an incorrect number, but it is really believed to be much larger. And I'm sure the shares on loan, this is not including the naked shorts. So keep that in mind. But even then, even with these numbers being as they are, if let's say theoretically, if I did believe that there weren't any naked shorts, which I do believe there are naked shorts, even then, these numbers are still extremely bullish for AMC. These numbers are extremely good for AMC, for any stock, for any kind of heavily shorted stock. These are very bullish numbers for what is going on. Randall with the super chat says, long story short, change from Robinhood. Long story short, you know, I don't think I can tell you to change brokerages, but you know, I would tell you to consider changing from Robinhood. If you're like, oh, I don't want to miss a squeeze, I don't have time. You have time. Yes, you do. Because even if the squeeze started tomorrow, which, excuse me, spoiler alert, not sure it's going to start tomorrow. At that point, then I think you still would have time, right? Especially if you go to Fidelity. We've had a bunch of people change. The longest I've ever heard, I think, was like 3 days instead of typically it's 2 days. So that's that. Be careful with Robinhood. Oh my gosh, I saw somebody today and they were basically trying to stand up for Robinhood, and they didn't release this. They didn't stop the sell button, so I have nothing to worry about. It's not worth my risk, right? If you want to risk your money, I mean, it is what it is, but not me. Am I lagging? No, I'm not lagging. Thoughts on Clove? You know, Clove is really, it's a sensitive subject. It's tricky to talk about. I've been seeing all of the information today. Let me see if I can pull up Reddit. Whoops. It's my first time using Reddit. because they talk about Cloven here, and they're saying that what is it called? Oh, good old Trey was on what's this guy's name? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot this guy's name, dude. What's this freaking guy's name? All right. Oh boy, I'm getting behind in the chat. So anyways, yes, Trey was on the news again. Good for him. Here we go. Payne. Charles Payne. All right, he was on Charles Payne again. Thank you. Yep, here it comes. Good old Charles Payne. So I'm trying to see. So actually, I did see this. I was hoping that this would pop up. VW, and here's the deal. VW is different. It's, but just keep in mind, VW did trade downwards for 5 days before its close. Okay, so it's very possible, just to prepare people, right? It's very possible that we see some kind of downtrend back down to $20 or something, and maybe $25 down here. Before we see a crazy jump to, who knows how big instantly. So yeah, just keep that in mind. This could continue to go down, and I'm just going to hold. I'm just going to continue to hold. I like the stock. Let's see. Institutional owners of AMC as of yesterday, according to Bloomberg Terminal. Institutions alone count for 23.66% of the float. This plus vote eligible voters is literally enough to prove that we've claimed for so long, or what we've claimed for so long. Add in non-eligible voters, and okay, so shares out, percent out. So did someone do the math in here? Oh, is this just institutional ownership? So obviously, I apologize. I'm just kind of pulling this up in the moment and seeing if there's anything interesting here. Unfortunately, I'm not really seeing. This is all holders. I was hoping this was institutions alone, and it was how many shares they have. 513 million, which would be the entire float. And if they're only 23% of the entire float, let's call it 25% for easy math at 500 million. So that would be 2 billion, right? Of shares, right? Which would mean naked shorting, and it would mean the apes own the freaking float. Speaking of which, let's go over here to. No, actually, I can go to. Boom. So I tweeted this out today. Didn't seem to really get any kind of traction, but this person, right? Well, here's it. I tweeted a picture of someone else's post. So, I am who I am. I apologize. But this right here was very interesting. So this person was at the shareholders meeting, giving live updates. And the secretary just confirmed that there are more shares voted than possible. Okay. Meaning if there, let's talk about GameStop really quick. We can take a look at good old GameStop, and we can see how many shares there were. So if there's free float is only 56, million, and let's say 100 million voted in, well, how do you have 100 million votes whenever there was only 56 million votes? Naked shorting. And that's what could be happening. It's as simple as that, right? And this is exactly what AMC was hoping, the AMC apes, right? We're hoping was going to happen with AMC, where Adam Aaron was going to say, look, we have a bunch of stuff. We have a bunch of this. We have a bunch of that. Even then, I think that even if it's either way, I'm bullish, right? He didn't go out and say that, but who knows? Who knows? I don't want to speculate too much on what exactly that meant, but yeah, so this is an interesting metric. So 78.44% of AMC shares could be sold for profit as of yesterday. And remember, the other day we were at 100%, right? Whenever we were at the all-time high, every single person who bought in was basically up. ever. And let's see, 95.80% of GME shares could have been sold for profit as of yesterday. GME goes up, AMC goes sideways. No one is selling. No one is selling, right? Think about it. But I worry whenever we get some kind of dip on AMC, what will happen? If it does dip down, if they do some kind of crazy ladder attack, short ladder attack that drives the price down, hopefully apes will hold strong, but it's definitely kind of a fragile place that we're in right now, especially with the new apes, right? If a new ape got in up here, just up here somewhere, and they're starting to dip, oh yeah, we're not careful with Clove today, guys. Let's not talk about Clove for a little bit, because the mods they're crazy. I thought they were gonna ban me one time, so just be careful. What was I saying? So yeah, so that's that. Let's continue here. People are holding. It's freaking fantastic. Let's see. Gary Gensler, can't think of him enough. Oh, that was. So okay, this is all we'll say, and then we'll just kind of leave it alone. And this is the post that I was kind of looking for. So Citadel has a 106% stake in Clove. So ultimately, when and if they cash out at the top, they'll have much more money to cover AMC and GME. So this is kind of like a backhanded compliment or whatever, passive aggressive. But just take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. Can you make money on Clove? Absolutely. Is the money train done? Possibly. So be careful with that. Or maybe it'll keep going. I'm not willing to risk it. I don't like it. I'm not trying to hop in it. I'm not trying to switch. And I definitely am not trying to switch and then switch back. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'd rather just hold my position and stay good. Okay. Because remember, there are always stocks making money. The question is, would you have chosen that stock? Are you going to move over and ride it? And then are you going to sell at the right time? Are you not going to sell at the right time? I'm not willing to risk it. And if you did buy today, then today you should have bought this stock right here. The stock that was up 388%. Is this even right? What the heck happened today? All right. Well, here you have it. This is the stock you should have been in. If you're so confident that you're going to find the right stock and you're going to hop out, right? But stocks are always making money. The question is, are you going to pick the right stock at the right time? I personally, truly feel like I have chosen the right stock at the right time, and I'm just waiting for. Well, I'm in Tendy Town. I'm waiting for retirement town, right? I'm waiting for good old Florida to retire in. Awesome. So let's pull up Super Stonk, because I want to see if we had the post up here. This way I can show you guys. No, I don't think there was anything in here actually, because all I wanted to talk about was that post that I shared. This place is kind of in a mess right now because we're talking about I did not interview with CNBC. I did not interview with CNBC. It's a whole thing. We're gonna get out of here before we go in there. Can you talk about AMC, please? WZ, I'd be happy to talk about AMC. Is there anything specific you'd like me to talk about? I talk about AMC all day, every day, and this is a long talk that we can have. But I love talking about it, obviously, and I'm more than happy to talk about it. I'm not sure if you have anything specific you wanted to talk about. Diamond with a super chat. Thank you so much. Diamond says, I'm predicting trend changes and we gap up in the morning, 50 to 53 open. Okay, let's take a look. Let's look at the a little more microscopically right here. And here's the deal. We are trending in the right direction, right? Yesterday, toward the end, whenever it was starting to close, I think, where was close? Close was right here, right? Wait, what? Okay, close was right here. This, and it kind of ended with this. I think it ended with this. No, that was this one. Please, please, please. He gone. I'm here. Are we back? Are we back? I think we're back. We're good to go. We had a hedgy situation. I think my fiance might be colluding with the hedgies, because I think she turned on the internet or she turned on. So, oh wow, we lost everyone. We dropped from 730 to 230 viewers. That's all right. I'll take a sip to that. It's a little bit of tea. All right. That was not fun. So, not fun at all. I'm not muted. Let me see. Hello? How about now? Am I actually freaking muted, bro? Okay, we good.